What is up, DDD fam? Your boy Brendan back with another video and another deck profile. And oh boy, do I have one in store for you guys. Man, I don't know if you all remember back a while ago, a long time ago, definitely in the Discord fam. The Discord fam is where I mentioned it. I mentioned a long time ago that I was working on a deck profile on one of my top 5 favorite decks of all time that I have not profiled on this channel. And this is it, boys and girls. This is it. Lunalights. Lunalights is one of those decks that I played when it was meta a long time ago, and it made me look into what Lunalights do as a whole. Made me fall in love with the archetype itself. I love the artwork. The artwork is beautiful. All of them, all the Lunalight girls are beautiful. And then sadly we lost Tiger. Hence, if you've seen my wish list, I asked for Konami for Christmas to give me my Tiger back. But then the Tri-Brigade stuff came out, and then I was like, light bulb. They worked very well together. The reason why it took me so long to get this deck profile out to you guys, though, is because 1, ratios, 2, the format is constantly changing, and 3, the Yu-Gi-Oh market will not stop fluctuating to save my life. So everything kept going up, down, left, right, and side. So finally, I got a hold of everything. Shout outs to Tanner if you're watching this. You gave me the 2 bear brums that I needed to make this video. But this deck is super fun. It's not as powerful as I think it was a format or 2 ago, but it is still a hell of a lot more competitive than where Lunalight stand without it. But the deck is super consistent, so much fun, and I think you guys should try it out. But again, let's if you guys haven't already, please drop a like if you haven't already. I greatly appreciate it. I love seeing your all's feedback, and I love seeing all the fact that you all love my content. If you also haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, the bell notification so you never miss an upload, and check out the Discord and the PayPal in the description below. But with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get on to this video. But no, Lunalights, for a while now, even before Tri-Brigade came out, I was trying to find the way to make the deck competitive. And it's very hard after they just completely crucified this deck. But, no. Let's go ahead and start it out. We got 3 Collide Check. We like dumping for cost. Dodges Ash, dodges Imperm, it dodges all the good stuff. So she dumps for cost. And even if they like hit her with no ruler and shit like that, you can still use her effect because it dumps for cost. Haha, we love Yugioh. And in this build, I am running 3 Yellow Marten. Normally, I know the standard is 2, but I like the 3rd because we do run Desires. And the 3rd one kind of does come up sometimes in the grind game, just a different name, whether it be in a Lunalight or just a Beast Warrior. Because in this deck, it plays off both. It doesn't just play off the fact that you have Lunalight cards. It also plays off the fact that you have Beast Warrior. So a different Lunalight name along with another additional Beast Warrior in the grave does come up from time to time. So the 3rd one does come up. But yeah, this is basically your bread and butter. You got peanut butter and you got jelly right here. Not much left to be said. And I am opting to run 2 Emerald Bird, not just because of the fact that I'm running Desires, but it's also because of the fact that her effect comes up quite a bit sometimes. Sometimes there's certain situations where I want to use her before I use Collider Check, or use her and not use Collider Check. In certain like weird situations, I think 2 is perfect. I would not run less, definitely, since we're running Desires. And then the last 2 Lunalight monsters, pseudo monsters, is Wolf. Since we are running the Tri-Brigade engine, you don't need Cat, and you don't need the Moon Cat, and you don't need Crimson Fox. You don't need those cards. You basically just want to do one thing and one thing only with this stuff, and you want to get Beast Warrior extenders, and you want to tutor out your fusions as fast as possible. So this part of the engine right here will help you get to that too. But that's actually it for the Lunalight monster portion of the deck. Not much I would actually change. I like the lineup. It's worked for me for a while. I've had plenty of time to practice on it. Now on to the Tri-Brigade engine. Standard 3 fractal. At least for now it is. 3 kit. 3 Nerval. And 2 Yugiohs. This is basically standard for the most part. I know some people opt to run a third Yugioh. The third Yugioh would be nice. If they hit, if they honestly hit Fractal to 1 or ban him, the deck will still somewhat be playable. You just basically up the Yugioh and call it a day. But that's actually it for the lineup. They all literally basically do the same thing. Sometimes Yugioh comes in clutch because he's a level 4 and you can normal summon him. But outside of that, they all basically do the same thing and get us where we want to go. Moving on. Hand traps, monster-wise. We have 3 Valor because it's just too good, this format that we're currently in. It just stops a lot, hits a lot, and not much needs to be said. Moving on to the spells, that's it for our monsters. For the spells, we have 3 Desires. It's actually just literally Pot of Greed in this deck, and I know that's like weird coming from me because I despise this card. It should be called Pot of Despise because I hate this card. This card usually cheeks in like every other deck, but this deck it's actually decent because we run a high like count on all of our monsters, so it doesn't really affect us that much. Moving on, if you played Lunalights in the past, you know this card is basically a 1-card starter, and it's Foolish Burial Goods because it's literally like I said, it's a 1-card starter for this deck. So it gets you to where you want, and a lot of the times if you activate this, they don't know what the hell you're playing, so they just let it resolve. Majority of the time, if you activate this, a lot of people are probably going to suspect you to be playing Striker, so they won't hit this. So you just get a free start at that point. Then we have 3 Perfume. It's your Monster Reborn for the deck. Also Rhoda in 1. It's busted as hell. It's your Monster Reborn, and it's a Rhoda. Searches anything, basically, Lunalight. Then moving on to the the power 1-ofs. We have 1 Tinky, 1 Foolish, because this is a 1-card starter basically. You just use this to send Kit, send Nerval, add Yugioh or whatever you want. So it's free. And then the last spell in the deck, I opt to run Lunalight Fusion because if you're going second, you draw this with Kaleidoshick. You have basically a 1-card, what is it? Freaking Bay herself, Leo Dancer. So before I did cut this card, and I liked it a lot when I lost a die roll and I went second, which doesn't matter. Lunalights themselves as a whole like to go second anyways. So it kind of works out a little bit in that regard, but it just helps us get to where we want to go faster. Moving on to the traps, we got 3 Imperm because it's literally the best hand trap, definitely right now. Then we got 2 Serenade Dance and 2 Revolt. It's basically Caveman Tri-Brigade, honestly. It's you're just doing the old combo. You want to run 2 Serenade Dance, not just because of the fact we're running Desires, but also because the second one does come up in the grind game, I will say. But 2 Revolt, obviously, to stay in the game and just basically keep looping our field, looping our hand, and always having a follow-up is nice too. So we like Yugioh. Moving on to the extra deck now. The extra deck is like, it's meh, honestly, but it works. We got 1 Link Rebo for, there's some situations where every now and then you will brick and you'll have like just, what is his name? Nerval, and you just link Nerval off into this and then you can get your engine started from there. We have 2 Ferret, whatever. She is like, don't really need to say nothing. She's your extender. She helps you extend with your combo. She's your draw power. She's a lot. Bearbrum, Search the Trap. This is what we were missing for the most part. I know it's relatively a cheap of a card. It's just I was trying to do so many different decks for you guys. I didn't have the opportunity to pick them up. But again, Tanner looking out for us. Then we have one Rugal for the follow-up to help add a follow-up. This is really busted because this can actually add your Kaleido Chick back from your graveyard back to your hand during the end phase, pretty much. So you just special your Kaleido Chick. If they don't out it or kill it, you just get it back off Rugal. So it's really busted in that regard. Then we got 2 Shurg because Shurg is Shurg. We like banishing our opponent's cards on their turn. It's fun. That's actually it for the links. This next card, I have 2 of them, but I couldn't find the second one at the time making this video, but you need to, so I do have a proxy for one, and that is number 60, Dugaris. This card is actually fucking cracked in this deck. You mainly want to use this draw effect and discard effect, because what you do basically, for the most part, let's say you draw like Kaleido Chick and like draw Kaleido Chick and what is it? Perfume. You literally just normal summon effect, dump Yellow Martin, Perfume back Yellow Martin, overland to Dugaris. Dugaris draw 2, dis 1, and this can get your engine started because you just dump your you just want whatever you dump, you just dump whatever you need to dump. So in this case, you can either dump your Tri-Brigades to get your Tri-Brigade engine rolling, or for an example, certain situations where I'll make this after I've already done most of my Tri-Brigade stuff, and then I can dump my Perfume to get my search. So if I don't need the Resurrect to extend any further than I actually have to, because sometimes you can overextend and you don't have enough room to actually make Omen off of Revolt, so you got to be careful about that. So if you don't need the actual extend, you can just still search a follow-up by dumping the Perfume and banishing the Perfume to search whatever you need. But yeah, no, 2 Dugaris is mandatory. The effect where you can't draw during your next draw phase does not hurt that much. There are certain situations where it does hurt, but that's only if your combo doesn't go as planned. And I know you're supposed to plan as if the combo doesn't go to plan, but even if it doesn't, you still have a lot of follow-ups added in hand and a lot of interruptions. So what I mean by that is, even if you can't draw during your draw phase, you are going to, if everything goes well, your Revolt will be able to refill your hand regardless. So even if you can't draw during your draw phase, you're going to have a follow-up with your Lunalight cards, whether it be in making Leo Dancer if you haven't already made her turn 1, or your Tri-Brigade cards adding back like a fractal or whatever the heck you may need for the situation. So it doesn't hurt that bad, but it can. I mean, obviously most decks can brick and stuff like that, or a lot of things don't go as planned, but very rarely does that ever happen. Moving on to the fusions. We have 1 cat because we like tacking everything. I never really hardly ever make Panther Dancer. I don't even think I've ever made her once. Like, I've made her once in the lifetime of playing her, but I haven't made her once since playing this deck. Then we have 1 Saber Dancer because she gets really big. And then we have Leo Dancer because she's bae. Leo Dancer is legit bae. The whole reason I even fell in love with this deck is this card. Not just because it's busted effect, but this card's artwork is just freaking gorgeous, man. It's like, there's not much you need to be said about it. It's literally, even though she doesn't negate nothing, she's legit Dragoon on steroids for this deck. So nothing left to be said about that. She's just the heart and soul of this deck, and the reason why I even wanted to play it and fell in love with the archetype. The last card in the extra deck is literally just it can be anything. Originally, I was running a strictly go second build when I first built this deck, and I was running a Gamma package because I was wanting to go second, considering the Lunalights like to go second anyways. But I cut that package because the format shifted and Gamma just didn't do enough at the time. Also, I also ran it because of Ash as well, because we run a lot of 1 card starters before even having anything on board. Like, you can dump the Perfume to search, you can use Desires, Foolish Burial Goods, Foolish Burial itself, Tinky, and that's just leaves you for a lot of window opportunity to Ash, Fractal, a lot of opportunity to Ash, and then that Gamma would always be live, and you could just make this and rip another one out of their hand. So when Ash comes back in the format, you can, this will become more like of a staple, but this is here mainly because if we're playing against Dogmatica, and they're the bad Dogmatica players that run Maximus, then you could just dump this and then dump Ferris Jeep to draw or whatever and go from there. And this could just shuffle something back later on. So, but this card is a flex card. You can use it for whatever you want or whatever you see fit. Right now I kept this in there just for that reason, for the Dogmatica matchup. But that's actually it for the main deck and extra deck. No side deck for you guys today. Sorry about that. But if you have any questions on what you think, what do I think you need a side, then just message me or comment, and I'll do my best to get back to you guys. I normally reply to you guys immediately after y'all comment or whatever, because I like talking to you guys. So, but again, guys, I love this deck. I've been wanting to get this deck out to you guys for a while now, and I'm also uploading it now because I want to get it out to you before the ban list. But if the ban list changes anything significant, if it does hit anything, I'll just redo the profile and I'll upload it for you guys then. But as of right now, this is the way it stands, and I've put a lot of time and play time into it to bring it to you guys the way I wanted it. And I don't think I've seen anybody else running it like this. Definitely like the Dugaris and stuff. But no, anyways, I hope you all enjoy the video, guys. Be on the lookout for other upcoming content, whether it be deck profiles, duel videos, discussions, and situation and stuff like that. But I hope you all enjoyed it. You all have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this video. Hope you all are staying safe out there in the age of COVID, and you all have a good one. Good dueling, my guys. Peace. Drip out.